Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're calling in from. Thank you for joining us today. It's our last webinar on covering media and marketing opportunities for preparedness for the 2019 International Home and Housewares Show. This webinar will be recorded and put up on the website within the next 24 hours. We will do our best to send you out that link. So you can just go right to it. Also know you can contact your sales manager, myself, Nancy Michael, or Deb Teschke, who runs our media.
Good morning.
And we can always answer questions for you if you think you've missed something. We will take questions during this webinar, which I'll get to in a second. So we're having some bad weather here in the Midwest. So Jon Jesse will not be joining us today. So you get the great pleasure of hearing my voice more. Sorry. So you've got Debbie, who's our Senior Manager of Public Relations, and myself, who manages the sales team. So we will take questions during the webinar. Just use your chat function. And we'll stop what we're doing and answer questions best we can. So the first thing we need to cover today is we have had a very large database conversion that we started back in July. So those of you who are new, nothing will be new for you, but anybody who's joining us who's been a previous exhibitor, this piece of it is brand new. So we're just going to cover it quickly because it comes up a lot in terms of how do you sign in to get to an exhibitor portal to take advantage of all these opportunities. So if you are returning with us, everything used to be password protected with your seniority number and your company ID. That is no longer the case. If you submitted your space application by our deadline, which was July 13th, then your account was automatically converted into the new system. If you converted after July 13th and you haven't been on the system, you are going to have to create a password to log on to kind of get to most of the things we're talking about today. So if you're new, you've already gone through this process, most likely. So again, your sales managers can help you through this, or you can feel free to call myself, and I'll do what I can to help you through it. So what we're always trying to get to is a sign-in page. So if you converted from that July 13th deadline, what you need to do is hit that reset password button, put in your email, and you set your password, not us. And multiple people can have passwords as long as they're a contact in your account, essentially. So most of this is the show coordinator in most cases, but in some cases the salesperson might want to get on or whatnot. So that's basically how, and they can create their own password as long as they're in your contact information on your account with their email address, you're able to get in. And there, that's just without that language on the bottom there. So you're going to see this come up many times in this webinar. So it's really important that you understand the access point for pretty much everything we're going to talk to about today is through this exhibitor portal or exhibitor checklist. We use those terms interchangeably. And there's kind of a picture. This is a test company, so this may not look like what you will see on yours, but it will have, you know, your badge registration on there, how to download the buyer's list on there, how to update your company profile. So all of your tasks, if you will, are located in this exhibitor portal. And then on the left side, there's links that'll take you right to the exhibitor services manual, right to the marketing kit, I think is now on there. So this is an old screenshot, so yours may look a little bit different. So there's a couple of ways you can get to the sign-in link, and one of them is through the website, or actually two of them are through the website. And then Michele Layman, who's our sales coordinator, she can also help you with just sending you the link to the sign-in page. Again, you can always contact your sales manager, though they can send it to you as well. So I'm just going to kind of take you through this. You're going to see this a few times. So I'm going to show you how to get to that sign-in portal. So if you'll see at the top, this is on the website at housewares.org. The top navigation bar, you go to Show and Exhibit at the Show. And this is going to take you to the Exhibitor Resources landing page. And we're going to cover this a couple times because this is where you actually would get the marketing kit. But you can see this Apply to Exhibit, that first box, and it says New Exhibitor. If you click on that, it's going to take you right to that sign-in page. The other way to access it is just to go into the marketing kit, and as you try to sign up for things, it's going to take you to that sign-in page. So that's what we're trying to get to, and that's that. Okay, so we're kind of going to skip through this. You can take a look at it, but the takeaway here is that you need to be specific with your goals. You want to be realistic about what can be accomplished. Use the resources available. We spend a lot of time trying to make these opportunities that are accessible for you and that really do help drive traffic. And then the big one is the follow-up plan. If you can get that figured out before the show, it will help you after the show. Because one of the big things with like collecting leads and cards, and then you get back to the office and you're just like, I got more work to do, and sometimes those fall by the wayside. So we recommend trying to get that figured out so you have a plan when you get back to your office on how to follow up. Our main goal here is to attract buyers and media. We're going to go into somewhat detail on Housewares Connect 365, which we call HC 365, and then a little bit about how to reach the consumer through media and our B2C platform, Inspired Home. So everything is housed in the marketing kit, which is online. Many of you should have received the hard copy of the marketing kit. That is meant to be kind of a follow along. It gives you an overview of what the opportunities are, but all the nitty gritty is done through the website. And again, you're going to hit Show, you're going to hit Exhibit at the Show, and I have the path up there for you to see as well. And then it's going to hit you again to this Exhibitor Resources page, and you're going to want to go into that second box where it says Key Exhibitor Services, and then if you look to the right there, I've blown it up, you see the Exhibitor Marketing Kit. You just click on that and it's going to take you right there. Just want you to note right above the Exhibitor Marketing Kit is the Exhibitor Services Manual, so there's another access point. This is where you do all your Freeman ordering and your vendor ordering, which, by the way, deadlines are coming up. If you haven't done that, I highly recommend you do that because prices will go up after the deadline. Okay, so here's the landing page when you get to the Exhibitor Marketing Kit on the website. We've tried to make this as easy as we can. Again, you want to use that hard kit if you have it, just to kind of follow along. But it's pretty intuitive, and if you have any questions, you can reach out. Okay. So we're kind of have broken this down into before the show, during the show, and after the show. So it's all marked on things you need to do ahead of time and what you can do on site. Most of what we offer you is free. That's a big thing. If you don't know, the Housewares Association is a not-for-profit. Our mission is to put buyers with sellers, and we try to offer as many free opportunities as we can. Okay, so the big thing here is the buyer's list. We offer the buyer's list to you at no charge, and you can get to that buyer list link by going to that sign-up portal. Everything's on there. You've got the 2018 registration list of domestic, international, and media, and we'll cover more on the media list a little bit later. There are no email addresses. This is a privacy thing. Our buyers have asked us not to share that, and we're in a new world right now, so that there are no email addresses, but everything else is on that list. Phone numbers, addresses, buyer name, buyer category, etc. So when you go into the web marketing kit on the website and you hit that you want to do the download buyers list, which is under that attract buyer tab, and then it's going to take you right to the portal. It's first going to take you to the sign-in page, and then it's going to take you right to that download buyer media list task, if you will. So it's not going to show you your whole exhibitor checklist on there. This one will take you direct. And this is just a notice to beware. I'm sure you get emails like we do. People want to sell you the list to our show, the buyer list. This is all without our endorsement. I don't, how they get this information, we do not know. But they will charge you, and it's not endorsed by the IHA, so this is just beware. Okay, one of the other things you're going to see under this Attract Buyers tab on the Marketing Kit is this customized buyer invitation. This is new for us this year. The people who've been using it, we've gotten some really nice feedback on. You have to be an assigned exhibitor in order to access all of this, actually. So if you haven't received a booth confirmation yet, make sure you get in touch with your sales manager. But this program, it's private, so you can upload your customer lists and send out essentially customized invitations that are templates that are kind of pre-populated. There's also a web landing page for you, and you have a little bit more ability to customize that. There's a tutorial on this program, and it's pretty user-friendly. So this is kind of a mention. If you have not received your unique link in order to access this website, it's powered by Feather. You just need to reach out to us and we'll get that for you. We've had some glitches in terms of getting this set up and coordinated. So it's likely many of you may not have received this link, so just shoot me an email and I'll get that for you. Okay, so now we're going to get into Housewares Connect 365. This is basically our digital directory. Allows you to create profiles for your company, put your brands and licenses. We're going to go through it. If you haven't done this, you need to do it. We know buyers use this. We know media uses this. And all this information is going to migrate into the mobile app as well. And it's free. So why should you use it? Last year, there were over 300,000 searches were conducted by consumers, so keep that in mind, buyers and media for the 2018 show. We know that listings that have catalogs, product images, oftentimes video are viewed more frequently, 75% more frequently. So, you can spend maybe an hour and get a pretty good profile together. So I highly recommend that. And these are all the things you can do. So you can obviously put in your company description. The nice thing about the description is it is keyword searchable on this site. So you want to make sure you've got some buzzwords in there. If people are searching for specific things, that's how they're going to find you. There's add your catalogs, your product images, your videos, and your logo. You want to add in any events or booth appearances. The media really likes to know about that. If you're made in USA, there's a way to get that up on your profile. And same with smart home. If you're into that smart home category, connected or robotic, that will also can be a highlight for you. And then press releases, events, celebrations, milestones. Again, press really likes that. And as I noted before, everything that goes into your profile will get transferred into our mobile application. The app is now live and available to download. You can just go right into your phone and type in m.housewares.org and it'll take you right to the application. Otherwise, it's searchable in iTunes and Google Play. Okay, so we're going to go through a little bit more on updating here. So you're going to go to housewares.org. And again, we're going to go to show and exhibit at the show. Sorry, my arrows are backwards there. And then it's going to take you to that exhibitor resources page. Now, once you hit that landing page, the exhibitor resources page, if you scroll to the bottom, you're going to see how you can get into HC365. So you're going to hit that update your company listing, that's circled there in red. And again, it's going to take you to the sign-in page. And then again, it's going to take you right to that task. You're not going to see everything on your checklist. This is programmed right to go to update your company profile. You're going to click that blue bar, and it's going to take you to this next screen that has all of the things. You just follow right along, go through each one, populate what you need to populate, and then you can move on. For those of you who are returning, this is what this screen is very different from what you've seen before. But basically everything on these blue bars was your left-hand navigation before when you'd go into 365 to update. So everything's intact, it just looks differently. Okay, these are some important takeaways. When you're putting your catalogs in, keep in mind that 10 megabytes is a large file and takes a long time to download. You want to try and keep them to 1 megabyte. A lot of people separate their pages or into categories or whatnot so things open quickly. Catalogs should be in PDF format. File names should be simple. You cannot save a file name with symbols in there. There we just talked about separating catalogs. And then product images need to be JPEG or GIF. The other thing I like to point out here is I mentioned before, consumers use this site. Our SEO search capability is very good. So if somebody types, a consumer is looking to whatever, type in something with a brand, oftentimes the HC365 listing will come up first. So I say this because a lot of people publish their catalogs with wholesale pricing. So just know your competitors are looking at this and your consumer base is looking at this. So I recommend to put catalogs up there without pricing. Okay, again, this is another kind of warning. The fair guide or the expo guide, these come in very official looking envelopes. It's a contract. If you sign it, these people tout, you know, they have a worldwide directory of every great houseware product in the world. Throw these away. Don't get caught in the scam. We do not endorse this. Our show directory, free of charge. Same with the buyer's list, free of charge. Okay, so once you go and you fill in everything, we're going to just go real briefly through what a buyer sees, what shows up when they go to search your product. So I'm just going to point out, this is my disclaimer. This is old screenshots. Casabella is the example we've used for many years. I have not updated this. So Casabella has since been acquired by another company, but what you're going to see is the same for everything. So just wanted to get that out there. Okay, so keyword search. You can type in a company name and find that way. So this is what we've done. And this is what comes up. It returned one result. There's the company name. It's going to give you your booth number. It's going to show you whatever product shot you put in your front slot is going to pull on this bar. If you have video, it just will have that symbol there to let people know you have video. Show specials we've removed. All that used to do was just designate you had a show special, and with our conversion, we had to make a few changes, so that no longer exists. You can write that in your company description if you want. And then this is the briefcase. So this is what media and buyers will add companies they want to see at the show to their briefcase, so it's customized for them. And then once you kind of click on that bar, it's going to take you to the landing page where it's going to show your logo and everything you need there, including contacts. That whole text there is the company description. Again, that's searchable. You can see in the lower right-hand corner that they're part of our International Business Council. If you've got questions on that, give me a call. If you're looking to start distributing in other countries, you'll want to be a part of IBC. It's included with your membership. That's kind of too where Made in USA would show up, or if you have smart home products. So at the top of there, so let's say you've filled out everything. Now you want to go search your company and just make sure everything's intact and you see a mistake. You can go up to that, click that bar right up there, click here, and it's going to take you again to that sign-in page that we've talked about now a few times. Okay, so this is the full length, what the landing page for your company is going to look like. So there's your logo, your booth number and what expo hall you're in, your company address, your contacts, and you could like want to put your international contact on there and your sales contact and maybe your marketing contact, your company description, if you've got video and product images. There's a place for you to list your product, your categories, as well as brands and licenses are at the bottom here, but that's where you can put your catalogs, and there's your brands and licenses. We are adding brands and licenses back into our physical directory this year, so people can find a lot of companies operate under a corporate name, and people are looking for the brand name.
Nancy?
Yes.
I have a question here. Are you able to share an exhibitor who utilizes Connect 365 as well?
That's what Casabella is. Is that, I'm not sure I understand the question exactly. You can go on 365 and search any company you want, and it'll pull it up for you. It's not blocked in any way. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but Casabella is an exhibitor, and this is an example of their page from years past. I haven't looked at their new one, but I imagine it's similar, or it's under Bradshaw.
And somebody says I have updated company contacts, but did not see where to put phone numbers and fax. Can you point that out?
It should prompt you when you go to that page that had all the blue bars on it, and it should, when you go to update your company description, there should be something in there for contacts. I'll have to take a look at it, and I can see where the question's coming in, and I can circle back with the individual asking this. I have to actually go look at it. So.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So buyers and media use this to plan their show. We do several visits every year to some key buyers, and we know for a fact they do use this. Media, Debbie's going to get into this a little bit later, very important, and the media piece of this is very important, as is the buyer piece, but good place to get some attention. Okay, so this is where they would search, or you would search. Like you want to look at a competitor, you want to look at your own thing. You type in your keyword. You can select any of those categories to search on. And then what's going to happen is once you search, remember we looked at that bar that had like the picture, the video, you know, and the plus sign. So once a media or buyer adds your company to their briefcase, they're going to get a spit out basically of everybody they've collected and where they are in the hall, so they can reference it very easily. They're also going to get a map, and you can see right there, this is, you're looking at a schematic of South Hall, and right there are the 4 companies mapped out where they are on the floor. So it's easy for a buyer to kind of plan their plan of attack in such a large hall. Okay, if you have more questions on this, feel free to email me. I'll get back to the people whose questions I probably didn't answer very well. Okay, so now we're going to talk about during the show, how to attract. Again, most of these are free. So there's sponsorship opportunities, buyer clubs, lunch cafes, the International Business Center, and the bus videos. All the information you need if you're interested in any of these is on the website, and it'll tell you who to contact. I know we do have some sponsorship slots open, so if this is something you're interested in looking into, we're 5-6 weeks out from the show, so the sooner the better. Okay, so new product showcase. These are put into every buyer's club. There's a buyer club in each expo hall. So there's North, South, and then Lakeside Center. They all have buyer's clubs. Your product, if you're a South Hall exhibitor, but let's say you've come out with an electrics product, your product would be put into the buyer's club in the electrics hall. We keep everything categorized. The nice thing about this program is when a buyer comes into a buyer's club, which has snacks and Wi-Fi and all that, they have an opportunity to grab a scanner. And then each product in those showcases, kind of, you can see up there at the top, is scannable. So you take your scanner, I want to see this product, scan it, scan it, scan it. When you leave the buyer's club, they're going to give you a printout of everybody you scanned. Then after the show, the exhibitor who you scanned is going to get a copy of every buyer that scanned their product. And the buyer is also going to get an email with all the products they scanned as well for follow-up. Here's where we kind of go with our follow-up. Again, only buyers and media are allowed into the buyers clubs. They won't even let you in to drop off a product, which you probably wouldn't anyways because it's a pre-show thing. You got to pay for it. This is one of our paid opportunities. $300 a product. A lot of have been featured in print and TV coverage. And again, Deb will get into more of the media stuff very shortly. So this is a great opportunity. There are still spots left. Again, you can access all of this sign up through the website in the marketing kit. So this is an interesting, a lot of people always ask us why we talk about this. So people come to our show and they've heard people don't write orders. This is a definite networking, meet and greet, meet top to top, etc. However, that is not always the case. And many, many, many people do place orders at the show. So we've just created a blank template. If you need to, you can download it and handwrite an order. It seems simple, but it's helpful for many. Then this is probably one of the biggest opportunities we provide, and surprisingly, we have 800 of these units available. They're all free. This is the lead retrievals. There's 2 selections you can make. I'll tell you the mobile app sells out faster than the tablet, but there's still some left, I know, of the mobile app. Not many, but there are a few. Our deadline to order these is January 25th. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't order these. This, again, is a scanning system, lead retrieval in your booth. One of the big things in this is how you get email addresses. We consider this a business card transaction when you scan somebody's badge and collect their information. And again, this is all tied into the same system as the showcase. So at the end of the show, when you return back, you're going to get an email that lists everybody that you scanned in your booth. And the buyer is going to get the same email of every booth they visited. So it's a really important tool. It goes again to that post-show follow-up. This puts it all into a nice spreadsheet for you, and you can just start going through your leads and doing your follow-up. Again, just note the date, January 25th is the cutoff. I would say as soon as you're done with this webinar, go and sign up. Okay, signage. Got some signs for you. New for the home signs. I was just at the Consumer Electronics Show, walked by a booth. They had 4 or 5 of these. Our signs out at the Consumer Electronics Show, marking their new products. There's no limit on these. You can order as many as you would like. They will get delivered to you on the Friday before the show starts during setup time. And they're small. They're little like 3x3 cards, so they're not too.
No, they're 6x6.
6x6. Sorry, I'm talking in meters here. Yeah. So anyways, 6x6 little easel signs. Very easy for a buyer to identify what's new in your booth. The next two, Made in the USA and Smart Home, those you have to actually select some criteria. We don't police it. We ask you to self-select. There's definitions, the federal guidelines for the Made in USA and the Smart Home signs. We kind of have our own definition, and you can hit both of those and you'll get those delivered. And then I throw in the no photography signs because this is in the ESM, and I just want people to be aware of it. You know, at our show, it's your job to make sure that people aren't photographing if you don't want them to be. So these just kind of help get the message. Yes.
I had ordered, somebody says they had ordered, or they noticed that the new product showcase was closed on January 19th. Is it open or not?
Okay.
As you just said, are still available.
Yeah, so I'll explain this briefly. So it was January 19th was an extension deadline. The new product showcase is the gateway into the GIA, the Global Innovation Award. So the Global Innovation Award piece of the showcases is now closed. The judging's taking place this week. So that's why there was a deadline. So you can still put your product into the showcase, you know, which has all those benefits for a buyer to scan, and then you get their name and they get yours. But it's no longer eligible to be part of the Global Innovation Award process.
And can you go over where to find the free signs and where they can download the purchase form?
Okay, so again, you got to get into that sign-in box, and that's going to take you to your exhibitor checklist, and you're going to want to go to that update your company listing bar, and then it's going to take you again into that page that had all those blue bars, which is basically all the navigations that got moved over. So it's pretty self-explanatory once you're in there, and signage is in there. And then you go and you sign up for the signs, and they get delivered to you on Friday. Like I said, there's no limit on the new for the home, but everything else is a 2-sign max.
And then when do you send in your product for the new product showcase?
That's all explained. There's another manager who runs that, but it's all explained in the sign up. And if not, her email is there. You can just tag her. Those products generally get shipped to our offices before we go down to McCormick Place. And we like to do that because then we can basically operationally handle it much easier. They go on skids. We know what goes to North Hall, what goes to South Hall, and what goes to Lakeside Center. So I would tell you that they would need to be here no later than February 22nd.
I believe once you sign up for the new product showcase, you will get instructions for shipping your product later, along with a label to put on the box. But all of that information is up on the website if you just go to the new product showcase tile in the Exhibitor Marketing Kit.
Yeah, this is a very well-run program. It's pretty self-explanatory. And you can see here to order these signs, once you get to that page with all those blue bars, there's one that says special marketing opportunities, and you're going to go into that tab to order your signage. And there's a couple other things that I think you do from there. Okay, after the show, once we have all our registrations in for the 2019 show, we get back to the office, we scrub those lists, clean them up, and then you'll get an email that when those are available for download. It's usually around mid-April. It might be a little earlier this year because the show's so early, but generally in April you'll receive that. Again, you're going to need to go into your portal to download the new lists. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to turn this over to Debbie, and you can listen to her for the next few minutes, and I'll pop back in at the end to cover a couple things.
Thanks, Nancy. Now I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about attracting news media at the show. A lot of our exhibitors feel that the news media coverage we get at the show is a very important reason for them to exhibit, along with having the buyers come to their booth. So we offer many services that can help you be part of the news media coverage that we do get. And the 2018 show generated over 500 million consumer impressions in the news media. That is both consumer and trade media coverage that we saw. And you may ask, what's a consumer impression? That is simply the audience number for any magazine, newspaper, viewing number for any TV or radio segments that we have, or any viewership number for websites and blogs that we can find. And I just add them up, and that total number is what we call a consumer impression. And so as you can see, that's very substantial. That includes, the exhibitor's coverage in the trade publications and the show coverage in the trade publications, in the consumer news media, any bloggers that came or influencers that wrote about the show or mentioned the exhibitor's products. So we're here to help you be a part of that coverage for the 2019 show. So these are the services that we offer exhibitors each year. A few of them are still available. I just want to note that the show preview press event was held last week, and that was very successful. We had over 50 consumer and trade media come and talk to the exhibitors, and then they may be mentioned in their publications throughout the year. The traveling media tour is now sold out, so that is not available any longer, but consider these options for next year when you're planning for the 2020 show. I do want to take a moment to mention that some exhibitors have informed me that they've been solicited by a company called JMR Media for a backstage at the International Home and Housewares Show program that is shown on CNN, coverage in the airports and various other places. IHA did not know about this solicitation. We are not affiliated with them. We have not endorsed this. We are not partnering with them. So if you did receive this email and you're considering purchasing their coverage in their program, you do that at your own discretion. I cannot vouch for them. I know nothing about them. If you have any questions, please, feel free to contact me, but I just wanted to make you aware if you received an email on this solicitation. So here's the page on the marketing kit with all the tiles, and you'll see Attract Media. That you'll click there to get to all the services that we're going to talk about today. And the first one I want to cover is the 2018 media list. As Nancy mentioned, it's on the same page with the buyer list, so you have to go to that exhibitor portal and log in. If you are a PR agency for an exhibitor and they have listed you as one of their contacts for their company, you can create your login, you can create your password, and you can log in to download the list. In past years, we used to do it by company ID and seniority number, and we would not give that out to the advertising or the PR agencies. But with our new system, anyone can get into the system as long as they are listed as a contact with the company. This list includes over 400 names of media that registered for the show last year, and we do include the emails if the media allowed us to do that. We give them the option to opt out and not include their email. We found that our exhibitors have become very good at pitching the media before the show, and some have just get too overwhelmed with emails from exhibitors, and so they won't include their email anymore. But all of their other contact information is up there. And again, this is a free list. The 2019 pre-registered media list will be available in mid-February. We're closing off media registration for their badge packet mailing in a couple of weeks, and then after that, I will post that list so you can see everybody who has pre-registered for the show. So again, we encourage you to download this and take a look and try and pitch the media that you think are would be interested in your products. Now, We offer a service through Virtual Press Office for online press kits. They have created an online press room for us at that link there, and that's on the website. That's also on our press release page if you want to get there. This is one of the services that there is a fee for. It is not free, but VPO has been very good in creating packages for any type of budget. So if you're a small company and you don't think you can afford it, they will work with you. Packages, I believe, begin at $425, but they give you a few elements: a press release, a photo, maybe 2 press releases or 2 photos. The newsroom stays up 24/7, 365 days until our next show cycle. So this newsroom will be up until next October when we begin the cycle for the 2020 show. The media can access it at any time. They can go there and see the press releases before they come to the show. They can see them during the show and then after the show. And so if they didn't get to your booth, your information is up there for them to see. Virtual Press Office does pitch it out to their media subscribers as well as our media list. So we let them know that, hey, these press kits are up there. And only 2019 confirmed exhibiting companies may participate in the online press room. So I encourage you to take a look. They'll, when you go to their website, it will explain everything and what you need to do. They will answer any questions for you. And then VPO also they own PR Newswire, so they will also offer you some press release distribution through PR Newswire. They will have various packages available, and this is a great way to get your information out there on the wires to the news media as well. So we talk a lot about the consumer media, but we want you to remember that the trade publications are very important as well. And if Jon was here, he would talk about how the buyers read the trade publications, and that's where they learn about the new products that are coming out at the show and during the year. So we've listed some services to help you get in touch with the trade publications and provide your new product information to them. We have a list of all the editorial contacts for the trade publications that cover housewares. Those publications also want to hear about your new product news. And this is a free editorial opportunity. You don't have to pay for this. If you go to the site and you click on the link for the new product news, we'll give you the submission information, the deadlines for the publications, which are coming up very soon. I believe HFN's was at the end of January. Home World Business is coming up, Kitchenware News, and some of the other publications. And they want your new product information. And we tell you how to submit it, what they're looking for, and then who to send it to. So I encourage you to take advantage of this. Again, it's free. It's their way to find out about the new products that are debuting at the show, and so that they can tell the buyers about it as well. We also list the international trade publications up there. Many of those deadlines have passed, but I still encourage you to send them their information if you're in a category that they cover, because they will use it throughout the year. And again, this is free. And then lastly, if you did want to purchase advertising in the trade publications, we do have a listing of all the deadlines and when materials are needed and who to contact. And so if you're interested in doing advertising, check out that list as well. So what's new is the most frequently asked question of us at the show, whether it's from the buyers or the news media. And the second most asked question is who is going to be at the show. And our special events and product demonstration listing, or in-booth appearance, is listed a couple of ways in the exhibitor portal, is your way to tell the buyers and the news media about a celebrity you're going to have in your booth, a celebrity chef, a designer, a special event that you're going to be having. And these listings go in your Housewares Connect 365 listing, and you access the entry form through your exhibitor checklist, and you click on the Update Your Online Company Profile for Buyers, and then there will be a blue bar talking about in-booth appearance or special events. Again, this is free. It's a free listing. You can list as many things in there as you like. A lot of companies will put down if they're having a demonstration in their booth. And it's available to buyers to see and news media. It is not hidden from anyone who sees your listing. The deadline we say is March 1st, but the sooner you enter that information, the more exposure you will have. Now, as I mentioned, the first most frequently asked question I get is what's new at the show? The media want to know about the new products that are going to be on display there. And my PR team is working with the consumer media right now. They're pitching them to try and come to the show, try and set up TV segments, get people to write about the show, and they're looking for this new product information. And we rely on our exhibitors to give us this information. So I encourage you to take advantage of the new product information for news media service. It's free. You can enter as many listings as you have new products. So if you're going to be having 50 new products in your booth this year, you can enter 50 listings. And then you will categorize them by the category. You'll select the category, and then the media will search for them through their HC 365 listing. One thing is these listings are only visible to the news media. The media have to sign into their briefcase, and then they will have a special search. Earlier when Nancy was showing you the Housewares Connect search page, and you saw the drop-down menu with all the various ways that buyers and visitors to 365 can search, for the news media, they will have one that says new products for media. And then they click on that, and then the list of all the categories comes up, and then they will search by category, and then your product listings will show up. So I've had some emails from a few exhibitors that have entered some listings, and they said, but Deb, I can't see them. I don't see them in my 365 listing, and you can't. Again, it's only for the media to see, so you can be assured that when you enter this information, your competitors aren't seeing it, buyers aren't seeing it, because sometimes companies want to hold back product information to show the buyer at the show. So again, if you have any questions, just let me know. And the way to get to it is you go to the marketing kit and click on the track media, and then the new product information for news media tile. That'll take you to the landing page, and then scroll down where it says click here to get started. And once again, that will take you to the login page. And again, if you are a PR agency listening with us today, if you are designated as a contact for that company, for the exhibitor in their listing with us, then you can sign in, you can enter your email and create your password, and so then you can have access and enter these listings for the company. And then once you click here, it'll take you directly to the task that says new for the media product entry. You click on that blue bar, and it will take you to the entry form to fill out. In the listing, the only thing that is shown is the product name, the product description, and the photo that you upload. When the entry form asks for a lot of other information, such as pricing, where the product is sold, when it will be available, that information is for my PR team's use, because they are looking through all these listings to try and find products that fit into trends and various pitches that we have going out to the media, and we need examples of product. And so that information helps us, because sometimes if we use it for a TV segment, the reporter will ask, well, how much does this cost? When is the product going to be available? Where will it be sold? So the consumer, listening knows that information. So again, that is just for our information. It does not appear in your listings unless you include it in that product description field. So again, if you have any questions, just contact me. I'm happy to walk you through it. Now I want to talk about a couple of services during the show that will help you get some media attention. And the first one is the Show News Center. And that we are located in room S401, which is in the South Building. And that's the headquarters for the news media.
Yep. We're having a little technical difficulty here.
Sorry, there we go. Okay, the News Center is in room S401. It's on level 4 of the South Building. It's very accessible to all the exhibit floors for the media. And in the News Center, we will put out your press kits for free. All you need to do is send them to us or drop them by during move-in, and we put them out for free, and the media take them, and then we will ship them back to their offices after the show. And as you can see in the top photo, we have a big slat wall, and we put out plastic holders. We put the kits in plastic holders. We put them out alphabetically by company, so it's not like the first kit we get into the news center gets the first spot. We just try and do it alphabetically so it's easy for the media to find the companies. And we also encourage you to put your company name or a photo on the cover of the press kit, so the media knows who it is. And you know, as Nancy mentioned, we're all pretty visual, and most HC 365 listings with photos get clicked on. The same with the press kits. If you have a photo or some kind of visual on the cover, you know, the media is drawn to those. We can take both paper kits or digital kits. If you want to do a thumb drive or a CD, we have bins that will accommodate those as well. And we ask you to send us 75 to 100 kits. The directions and the instructions for shipping those kits to McCormick Place is on the page in the marketing kit, so please take a look at that. Again, this is free. We don't charge you to do this. It's one of the services we offer you as an exhibitor. And then, as I mentioned, we will ship the kits back to the news media after the show. We give them boxes that they can pack up the kits in, and then after the show closes on Tuesday, on Wednesday, they get shipped out to the media back to their offices. Now, you may ask, what about any leftover kits I have in the news center? Those I cannot ship back to you. That we ask that you come to the show on Tuesday before the show closes, and if we have any kits left, we are very happy to give them back to you, because anything that's left on Wednesday when they're tearing down the show gets tossed. And I know they can be expensive, and you spend a lot of money to put these kits together, so please come in on Tuesday and pick up any kits that we have remaining. Now, if you want to take advantage of the press kit, but if you're a small exhibitor or you don't have a PR department or a PR person, or you don't know how to write a press release, we have a service called My Press Release Writer that will do it for you. All you have to do is go to the website, answer a few questions about your company and your product, and within 48 hours, you will get a Word document with a very well-written press release in it that is yours to use. You own that document. You can post it on your website. You can put it in a digital kit. You can print it on your letterhead if you're doing a paper kit as well. So it's provided by a third-party vendor who does a very good job at this. And I know a lot of our inventor exhibitors have used her services, and they've been very happy with it. She also will do some distribution to our media list if you talk to her about that as well. Again, it's called My Press Release Writer, and for $99 for a press release, that's a pretty good deal. Now I want to take a moment about the media and who we classify as news media. The media wear blue badges at the show. They have a blue stripe, and on the badge, it will say what type of media they are. And we classify the media into 4 different categories. The first is news media, which is your traditional print, broadcast, and trade publications, consumer publications. Anybody that you know as media, that is who is probably news media, like the TV stations, magazines, newspapers, radio stations, the trade pubs. Then we have internet media, and these are news websites and internet-based publications. They may not have a print component, or it might be the internet, the website for a print component. The digital editor wants to be known as internet media, so their badge says internet media. Then we have bloggers, and we've taken, over the last couple of years, we've taken the blogger community and we've divided it into 2 different sections based on what they're following. And first we have bloggers who have to have 10,000 to 50,000 followers and subscribers. And these would be your mommy bloggers, maybe your foodie bloggers, some lifestyle bloggers, bloggers that are, kind of starting out and they've developed some good followings through their social channels. And then we have social media influencers. And these would be people that have 50,000 followers and subscribers or more. And they are your YouTube influencers, the bloggers and influencers that we work with for Inspired Home, and they're your higher quality influencers, and so we call them social media influencers. So if in the past IHA has said that publicity is free, if someone wearing a media badge comes to your booth and asks you to pay for any type of coverage, whether it's a video, an article, or whatever, we say, they're not media, let me know, and we'll make them a trade guest. And we still consider that true for the news media and internet media classifications. So if someone with a blue badge and says news media on it or internet media comes to your booth and says, oh, I'll do a video for my program, but you have to pay for it, or we'll write an article about you, but you know there is a production fee for it, that's not media, let me know, and I won't allow them in the future. But when it comes to bloggers or social media influencers, we realize these people are, you know, they're small operations, usually it's just one person, and this is, in this new world of social media, they are, this is how they make money. They may want to talk to you about sponsorships or being a brand ambassador for your product, and so we are allowing them to be news media. And so if they come to your booth and they want to talk to you about a sponsorship or being a brand ambassador, then, you know, we allow that. We allow them to wear a media badge. And these same rules kind of apply when you get the follow-up list. If somebody came to your booth and you see their name on the follow-up media list, let me know, and we'll check them out. And if they shouldn't be media, we won't let them be media next year. Now, some of you may work with PR agencies, others of you may not. If you're interested in working with an agency to help you get some PR and some exposure for your company and products, contact me. I have a list of housewares-related agencies that I've worked with over the years, and I'm happy to share that with you. They will work with all types of budgets, from large companies to very small companies. They know that I do this, and they're happy to work with you. So just send me an email. Now, after the show, your follow-up is very important as you're prepped for the show. And around the time that the buyer list is available, the 2019 media list will be posted on the website. And again, this is a free list, and we encourage you to follow up with the media who attended the show. And once again, be judicious. Look through the list. We tell you what type of media they are, whether they're consumer, trade, a blogger, or a social media influencer, and look at them and look at the publication or their outlet and see if they would be interested in your product. Unfortunately, not every reporter or editor or blogger out there is interested in every product category that we have. So take a look at the list and see what publications you think would be interested in your product, and then follow up with them. We encourage you to use the list year-round as your pitch list, and then also update your Housewares Connect 365 listing throughout the year. You'd be surprised how many calls and emails I get in June and July from editors asking about new products. And they're looking for new product information. I will forward them to Housewares Connect 365 to do a search for new products, so be sure you update your listing. And have a great show. I will be in the News Center. We encourage you to stop by. I'm happy to give you a tour and show you what we do to help you get exposure with the news media.
Thanks, Deb. Okay, a few closing things. We're just about wrapping up here. Okay, so housing. If you haven't booked your hotel rooms, we really encourage you to book through our housing provider, which is On Peak. There's some perks with this, like let's say you have to cancel the day before you come in, there's no penalty. I think most of it's within 24 hours, which is a nice thing to have. This is really important to the show and to the city, so we really encourage you to try and go through this housing provider. The rates are as good as they get, particularly in Chicago in March. The show hours are listed until 5:30 is closing time. However, we really don't close down until 6:30. This is designed so you can do scheduled appointments in your booth post 5:30. At 6:30 is when the lights start going off and we kick you off the floor. So just know that that is available to you. And then if you haven't registered for your badges, please take care of that. Our deadline is passed in order to have those mailed to you. So those now have to be picked up on site. Again, you access the badge registration through your exhibitor portal. Deb and I have both mentioned the Inspired Home. If you're not familiar with this, if you could just look it over in the marketing kit. This is our business to consumer platform. It's very much like, I don't know, like a cross between a website and a Pinterest page. There's an editorial calendar, so you can submit products to bloggers and influencers that we use. They write about it, then it goes up on the site, and consumer can shop that story. So if you're featured, there's a link. You tell us where you want us to send people, whether it's to your own website, to your Amazon page, whatever it might be. So this is our third year in this program. There's also a publication that's now being sold through Whole Foods and Barnes & Noble. We're trying to stay ahead of the times here too. We know online, digital, and connecting to the consumer is becoming more and more important. So I highly recommend you check this out. Tracy Teitelbaum is our manager for that. She'll be happy to stop by and have a conversation with you at your booth or in the Grand Concourse lobby, which is kind of right in front of the North Hall. They will have a booth set up there if you want more information on this. Excellence in Booth Design Awards. We're in our third year on this program. You can go ahead and sign up through the, again, through your exhibitor portal or through the marketing kit. And I get an email and I'm keeping a list. You won't get a confirmation, but know if you submit it, I'm keeping track of that. Then Rep Connect is a fairly new program for us, but you can, if you're looking for manufacturer reps, you can go onto the website and search Rep Connect, and it'll bring up a list of housewares reps who are looking to take on new product lines. There's the, if you want to go directly to it, /Rep Connect, or go into the Members Services tab. And with that, if there's any more questions, we'll take them. I think I've said 1,000 times, please feel free to contact us individually. We're happy to help you through any of this. This is very important, and like I said, we're coming to the, we're rounding third and headed for home. It's a few short weeks until we're all in our winter gear setting up on that floor. So we're looking forward to having all of you. Thank you for joining us today. There's our contact information. You can also find all of anybody's contact information at the IHA on the website. We encourage you to reach out. We're here to help you. And thank you for your time. And for those of you in Arctic tundra, stay warm, and we'll see you in a few short weeks. Thank you.